Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to the KZJN News. Today we'll bring you news from the fire department, news from the water district, New Year's Eve messages from some of the candidates, today's gas prices, weather, sports, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZJN News Crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Whitney. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. We're opening with news of a house fire from the Kern County Fire Department. The structure was valued at $115,000. The estimated damage to the home was $35,000. Equipment that responded to the fire included engines 74, 77, 75, 73, Battalion 7, Prevention 2, China Lake 21. Total personnel responding was 20 firefighters. Just after 3 a.m. yesterday morning, the Kern County Fire Department received a call for a structure fire at the 300 block of Sierra Vista Street. Ridgecrest Fire Station Engine 74 arrived on scene to a 1,200 square foot single-family dwelling with heavy smoke coming from the garage. The first arriving crew pulled hose lines and completed a primary and secondary search of the home. The second arriving engine immediately secured a water supply. Crews were able to extinguish the fire and contain it to the garage. The fire was contained within 15 minutes. 5 residents were displaced due to the fire. Red Cross was contacted and is working with the family to secure temporary housing. Due to working smoke detectors, family members were able to be notified of the emergency, call 911, and exit the structure in a safe manner. Crews remained on scene for extensive mop-up for quite a while. Here's some additional advice from the fire department. This is the time of year for freezing temperatures. Always maintain your furnaces and always clean your chimneys for any buildup of black soot. Maintain your smoke detectors and change your batteries during the spring and fall seasons. In news about water wasters, we get this report from the Indian Wells Valley Water District. December saw 25 people reported for wasting water. The Water District sent formal warnings to 4 of those offenders. They also sent out 4 fines to 4 more offenders. So far, the total penalties billed to offenders totaled this year $1,250 in fines, of which $800 has been collected so far. The Water District wants to remind everyone that water restrictions are still in effect for outdoor landscape watering. Even addresses can water on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Odd-numbered addresses can water on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. No one can water on Mondays. In stock market news, the Dow Jones Industrial Average plunged about 400 points in early trading Monday as a 7% drop in Chinese shares stoked a global sell-off in stocks. It is not surprising to see such a sell-off considering negative headlines from China and tensions between Iran and Saudi Arabia. What is surprising is that it is happening on the first day of the year, said Ryan Larson, head of equity trading at RBC Global Asset Management. While trading desks are busier than they normally would be on Mondays, this is not a panic selling, it's orderly. We are likely to see this kind of volatility a lot in 2016, Larson said. The S&P 500 tracking opened down nearly 2%. According to investment group analysts, the ETF has opened lower on the first trading day of the year only twice in 22 years and never by more than 1%. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite tumbled by 138 points to 4869 as tech stocks took the brunt of Monday's drop. The sharp losses followed an almost 7% slide in China's Shanghai Composite Index on the back of a weak manufacturing reading. The slide activated a new circuit breaker system for Chinese stocks, halting trading on the mainland for the rest of the day. European stocks also slumped. It is unclear if the rout in China is more of a function of overvalued markets there or a deteriorating economy. We believe China's economy is growing at a much more modest 2 to 4% range, not 7% officials say in China. But that is not news to most investors. However, trading halts and market plunges did spook global investors. U.S. stocks ended 2015 mostly lower after a losing session on Thursday. U.S. stocks ended 2015 2.2% lower for the year. This drop is not a good indicator for the economy. An annual drop such as this shows a very weak U.S. economy. Some economists see the weak economy continuing until the presidential elections late in 2016. Now stay with us for New Year's Eve messages from some candidates when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Did you watch the New Year's Eve celebrations? Well, Shannon and I watched back and forth between the networks in their own celebrations. The most interesting was Fox News offered all the presidential candidates an open opportunity to video record any message they wanted to provide to the viewers. They were offered the right to say anything they wanted. Because of time constraints in a news program, we'll just run the top two of each party. Here's Democratic candidate O'Malley.
Well, I'm Governor Martin O'Malley, wishing all of the Fox viewers a Happy New Year. As we reflect on 2015, I think we should also be grateful to all of our military families for their service to our country. And also, I look forward to 2016 being a year that we can realize as a nation there's more that unites us than divides us, and we can move forward again as a people.
Now here's Republican candidate Cruz. This is his New Year's message.
Eric and Kim, it's great to be with you. Happy New Year. You know, 2016 is going to be an incredible year. 2016 is going to be the last year of the Obama presidency. 2016 is going to be the last year before Hillary retires permanently to Chappaqua. 2016 is going to be the last year that we have Obamacare. 2016 is going to be the last year until we abolish the IRS. And 2016 is going to be the last year until we utterly destroy ISIS and defeat radical Islamic terrorism. Like 1980, 2016 is going to be a very, very good year. And I want to finish with just a simple story, a story that I've heard on the trail. The date is January 20th, 2017. A little old man walks up to the Marine guarding the front gate at the White House. He says, "Excuse me, sir, is Barack Obama here?" The Marine says, "No, I'm sorry, Barack Obama is no longer president of the United States." The next day, same little old man, same Marine walks up, says, "Excuse me, is Barack Obama there?" The Marine sighs, a little bit frustrated, and says, "No, Barack Obama is no longer president of the United States." The next day, January 22nd, the same little old man, same Marine, same question. This time the Marine is visibly frustrated. He sighs and says, "Sir, I've told you 3 days in a row, Barack Obama is no longer president of the United States." The little old man smiles and with a twinkle in his eye says, "I know that. I just love hearing you say it." And the Marine promptly salutes and says, "See you tomorrow, sir." 2016 is going to be a very, very good year.
And finally, here's Trump's New Year's message. Please note that there were communication problems with one moderator and Trump during this part.
Donald Trump, the GOP frontrunner, joining us from Mar-a-Lago. Mr. Trump.
With his beautiful family.
There you're on camera. You're live.
Hello.
Back here with Fox in New York. Welcome.
Well, welcome to you, and we're having a great time, and it's going to be a great year.
All right, so the big question is, Donald Trump, New Year's resolutions 2016 campaign related, what are you going to go for next year?
Well, we're going to have a great time next year. It's going to be an amazing year. We're going to make America great again, and we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that happens.
Donald, it's so great to see you here on New Year's Eve as all of America is watching you and your beautiful family. It's so great to see you all together. Tell us who you have there with you tonight.
Well, we have the whole family pretty much. We have Ivanka and Jared and Melania. We have the whole group. We have the young ones and the old ones. We have Don and Vanessa. I have Eric behind me and Lara. So we have pretty much everybody here other than the really young ones. I mean, we're going to be basically all over the United States. We're going to be in Mississippi on Saturday, and we just got back, as you know, from South Carolina, Iowa, New Hampshire. We're sort of all over the place, and we love it.
What has been your favorite thing out on the campaign trail about meeting the people?
Well, I love the people, and I realize how smart the people are. They get it. And they want to see good things. I mean, they love the country. They want to see great things happen for the country, and that's what's happening. So, you know, I love the people. The crowds have been amazing. We're having 10, 15, 20,000 people at every event, and we've just had a great time. It's been just an amazing time.
Hey, Donald, I hope it's Bowling. I hope you can hear this. Do you have a message for the Democrat frontrunner Hillary Clinton?
Well, I didn't really hear your question.
Do you have a message for Hillary Clinton? Yes.
I think I'll be her worst nightmare, but we're going to find out. Look, she won't do the job. We're going to do the job, and we're going to do some really special things. We have to really work to make our country great again, and we're going to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to do it tirelessly, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it, and everybody's going to do it together. So I look forward to it. And if it's Hillary Clinton that's in the race, I look forward to going against her.
And what's your message tonight to the military and veterans in this great country?
Well, we're going to rebuild our military. We're going to make it so strong, so powerful that nobody is going to mess with us. And importantly, we're going to take care of our vets because our vets have been totally mistreated. You know that. I know that. Everybody knows that. So we're going to take care of our vets, and we're going to build our military so nobody ever is going to mess with us.
Katie, will you ask him? He's hearing yours better.
Yes.
Message to the other Republican candidates.
All right, what is your message tonight to the other GOP candidates?
Well, I have a very big lead, and we intend to keep it. That I can tell you. We have a very, very big lead. I look at your numbers. I'm looking at all those numbers you're putting up, and they're very impressive. But we have a very big lead. I intend to keep it, not because I want the job, but because I want to do something great for the country and great for the people. So I hope we're going to carry it out and get it done. February 1st is a very important date. That's Iowa, then we have New Hampshire, then we have South Carolina, and we're going to go right through it. I think we're going to do very well. I hope so.
All right, and let's talk about resolutions for 2016. Donald, we'll begin with you, and if any of the family want to share theirs. What is your resolution for 2016?
I'll tell you what, my resolution is to make America great again, and that's what we're going to do.
Good choice, good choice.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Donald, can you hear me? I hope you hear this. Tell us about the party you're throwing down there. How's that going?
It's amazing. The party's been amazing. We're in Palm Beach. We're at the Mar-a-Lago Club. It has been so amazing, and it's great to be with my family. I have a wonderful family, and I tell you what, we're very proud of them. I'm very, very proud of my family.
That's fantastic. Now, how about Donnie and Eric have also been so helpful. They've been going out there, helping with the campaign, of course, Ivanka as well, and they've come on TV, they've come on Fox to talk about you. Do they have any thoughts or reflections on your candidacy and what you can offer the country?
Well, I'll let Ivanka give that a shot. They want to know if you have any feelings as to my candidacy and what I can offer to the country.
Well, I think a little bit distracting with this in the background, but obviously I think my father's incredible. I've seen this my whole entire life, both as a child and as an executive working alongside him. So nobody will be better at creating jobs in this country, which is so important to the vitality of the whole system. So I think from a jobs perspective, from a strength perspective, and just generally creating a brand for America around the globe that is respected once again. So I'm very proud of him. I'm so proud to see how his message is resonating with so many people. And I'm very excited to be kicking off an amazing 2016 as a collective. So thank you. Happy New Year.
What we want to do is we want to let you do your countdown. Stay with us. We'll get back with you right after the ball drops.
We're doing the countdown. Stand by.
So that's their comments. Now you might ask, where was Clinton and Sanders' message? I wondered the same thing. Fox reports that all candidates were given the same offering. Clinton and Sanders continued to show their intolerance of a news network. They both didn't want to participate. They both also have not agreed to a Fox News-sponsored debate. Now, how about this one concerning workplace violence, as our White House would call it? Here's a story of a terror suspect in France who allegedly decapitated his boss and took a selfie with the head. He has killed himself while in prison awaiting trial, The Guardian reports. Yassine Salih, 35, was arrested in June. He was also accused of attempting to blow up an industrial gas factory. Officials have said Salih was being held in solitary confinement but was not considered a suicidal risk. Salih also reportedly denied any terrorist connection, asserting instead that he had a falling out with his employer. 2 days after an argument, Salih allegedly strangled him and cut off his head with a knife. So, where do you think a person would get the idea that beheading your boss at work over a dispute is justified? Now stay with us for weather and sports when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's go to Lane for the weather. Hey Lane, we got storms coming in?
Thank you, Tom. From the National Weather Service, wintry precipitation is forecast on Monday for the Pacific Northwest, Sierra Nevada, and Great Basin, with beneficial rains forecast across central and southern California. Temperatures across the nation: Carolinas at 45, Georgia at 44, Arkansas at 39, northern Texas at 41, Arizona at 56, and Los Angeles at 65. And for us locally, tonight, a 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 36, south wind 5 miles per hour. Tuesday, a 90% chance of rain with a high near 50, south-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night, a 60% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 36, south wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, a 30% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high near 52, southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday night, a 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 35, south-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 20. Thursday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 50, west-southwest wind 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday night, a 40% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 31, south-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour. And Friday, a 40% chance of rain, partly sunny with a high near 51, south wind 5 miles per hour. And that is your forecast for the IWV. Now back to Tom.
Thanks, Lane. And now here's Tom Hecht with sports.
And a very pleasant Monday evening to everyone. Boy, a busy week in sports. Yesterday, last NFL Sunday regular season of the year. Some very good games. The Eagles beat the Giants. Now, that in itself, not real significant. Chip Kelly was fired by the Eagles a week ago. And the Giants' Tom Coughlin, after 12 seasons, resigned after the game. Well, he is a very good coach. They had so many heartbreaking losses this year, so many close games. You got to feel bad for two-time Super Bowl champion Tom Coughlin. All right, the Texans in the playoffs. They beat the Jaguars in Houston 30-6. They'll have to take on the Chiefs. On Wednesday, we'll look at some of the playoff pairings. The Bills beat the Jets. That puts the Jets out. The Jets had a very good year. They go 10-6, but not good enough to make the playoffs in the AFC. Rex Ryan kind of got his Super Bowl. He had a nice win yesterday. The Bills have had a very tough year this season. All right, the Lions beat the Bears. The Dolphins somehow beat the Patriots. Even if the Patriots bench everybody, which they didn't, the Dolphins come through. The Patriots are going to back into the playoffs. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. What's going on with Tom Brady and crew? All right, the Bengals, they're in. They beat the Ravens. The Redskins are in. They beat the Cowboys. In fact, the Redskins are going to host the first-round playoff game this coming weekend. The Saints beat the Falcons. The Steelers beat the Browns. That means the Steelers are in. What will the Browns do with Johnny Manziel? We'll have to find out. I don't think they're going to keep him. The Colts in Tennessee. The Colts win, but because Houston won, it doesn't much matter. Tennessee finishes the year 2-14. The Panthers beat the Buccaneers. Jameis Winston, the good freshman quarterback, the rookie out of Florida State, did a good job for the Bucs this year. Denver edges San Diego 27-20 in the Mile High City. Now, what does that mean? That means that Denver clinched the AFC West. Now, if they would have lost because of Kansas City win, they'd have been a wild card. Peyton Manning came in, threw 2 touchdowns to save the day for Denver. Kansas City beat Oakland in Arrowhead, and Kansas City will go down and play Houston as mentioned. Seattle, boy, I wouldn't want to play the Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks 34, the Arizona Cardinals 6. Now, what's significant about that? The Cardinals had the second best record, I should say, besides Carolina in the entire NFC. They had won 6 games in a row before yesterday. In fact, they played most of everybody. Just Seattle right now playing very, very good. I would not want to have to battle Seattle. As I mentioned, Marshawn Lynch didn't even play yesterday in that game. All right, also, the San Francisco 49ers defeat the St. Louis, maybe the LA Rams, by a score of 19-16. That game was in overtime. Now, last night, the Vikings, they beat the Packers 20-13. That means that the Vikings clinch the NFC North, and the Packers will be a wild card team. Who would have thought that? Both teams will have to play this weekend, but the Vikings right now playing extremely good football. The Vikings and Seahawks right now might be the 2 best teams, the 2 hottest teams in all of the NFC. NBA, the Lakers are on a roll. They've won 3 games in a row. They routed, and I say routed, the Phoenix Suns by a score of 120-81. Now, Phoenix has lost 8 games in a row. Jeff Hornacek, their coach, under some hot water. The Lakers take on Golden State tomorrow night up in Oakland. Also, the Knicks beat Atlanta by 25 points. Atlanta still leading the NBA Southeast Division. All right, Pac-12 real quickly. Arizona beats Arizona State. In basketball, Cal beats Utah. Washington State beats UCLA Sunday night up in Pullman, 85-78. The number 25 ranked Bruins under Steve Alford in his second year, now 0-2 in conference play. That's the first time in a long time where they have lost both games on that Washington swing. They lost to Washington on Friday night in overtime. Louisville beats Wake Forest, and USC, much improved USC, makes that same trip as UCLA does, but they split games. They defeat Washington State, but lose to Washington. They blew a 25-point lead to lose by 2, 87-85 up in Seattle. And that would be your sports on this very busy Monday early evening. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
Now in KZGN's continuous effort to provide news and information you've asked for, here are today's gas prices for Ridgecrest and some surrounding areas. Well, since my last report last Wednesday, gas prices everywhere have held steady, except Lancaster rose another 2 cents per gallon. As of this morning, Ridgecrest is still ranging from $2.77 to $3.22. Lancaster from $2.93 to $3.19. The LA Valley area $2.87 to $2.99. And the Bishop area $2.86 to $3.09. We have 3 stations at the $2.77 amount. Tune in Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for updates. We at KZGN always suggest you shop locally to support our local economy. Remember, when you pay sales tax out of town, you're helping those cities pave their streets instead of here. So that's the news for today. Also at KZGN TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay tuned for a Ridgecrest Talk coming up next, and watch this video of dogs in the snow.
Bishop! Hey, Bishop!